Alright, I put some of the different tips on. I like this style better. If you use the yellow ones, they seem to stay in your ear pretty good and not come out. So I put those tips on. I did a few preliminary tests with it. I would say it doesn't have like super great range if you're going to leave your phone laying around shop and doing a bunch of, periphery stuff. It doesn't seem to go through walls very well. It's got maybe like a 20-foot range through a wall, maybe 30 or 40 with a clear open shot. So phone will probably be in your pocket if you're going to use these. Fit and function. I got the around the neck style just because I didn't want some big thing hanging off my ears. Seems to fit in there pretty good. Obviously there's different size tips and stuff depending on your ear, which is nice that they give you all those extras to make sure it fits right for you. So I'm listening to an audiobook, cranked it up, volume's good, plenty of volume. I'm not actually up as much as I am normally on some of the other things, so volume doesn't seem to be an issue. Play some music, sounds fine. Obviously these aren't like a Bose headset, but they seem to be pretty proficient for what I do, which is listening to music while I work or listening to audiobooks. So seem to work pretty well so far. We're going to test them out a little bit further here. Okay, I think they've passed the sweat test, working up a sweat here, and they're staying put, not moving around, so that's a win. Alright, we wanted to do our initial review on the Dewalt wireless headphones. So what were your thoughts on them? You used them a bit.
I like them. I think they work really well. You live in a really hot, dry area, and even if you're outside working in the heat and it's you're sweaty and gross, the earbuds, they stayed in. They didn't slide out, or you didn't kind of lose suction and lose the being able to hear. So I think they worked really well, especially considering the heat that we work in sometimes.
What was the initial feeling you got quality-wise on them?
I think quality-wise they're fine. They feel pretty substantial, if that's the word. I don't know. I didn't feel like they were chintzy or cheap, like I was going to break them as soon as I tried to use them. I like them overall. I would say my only one complaint, and I don't know if this is necessarily even a complaint that most people would have, but I wear gloves a lot when I'm working outside, and the earpieces, or not the earpieces,
the controls
right here are a little bit difficult to find with your fingertip when you have gloves on. So that was a little difficult, because if somebody came up to talk to me, if somebody walked up to talk to me, I would be fumbling for the controls, and sometimes I'd have to take my glove off and find what I was looking for. But that's pretty much it, which is not a huge deal. It wouldn't deter me from buying them. So
I kind of found the same thing. I was kind of hard to find. The controls are not as pronounced as I would like, so a lot of times I was just pulling my earbud out and having a conversation, and then I was like, oh, where was I at in my audiobook,
Yeah, overall though, I really like them. I would definitely invest in a second pair. We live in a very hot area, and the earmuffs that are the WorkTunes earmuffs are fantastic in the winter when it's cold. In the summer, it is too hot to wear them. So I think I would definitely have us invest in a second pair so that we're not juggling the one pair between us.
Not fighting over who gets to wear it for the day.
Right. What are you doing outside? Do you need those, or? So yeah, but I like them overall. I like them.
So I also felt they had pretty good quality to them. Didn't feel very cheaply made. I didn't really care for the voice controls, but that's just superficial. I didn't care for the voice that was on there. It was like a computer-generated voice. I don't know. I didn't really care for that.
I didn't think I noticed that, but
I'm used to it. I've gotten used to it now. So we've run them through a couple of battery cycles. They say they last 15 hours. I would totally believe that. We didn't track it or anything, but lasts a long time. Good battery life.
Also, as far as functionality and wearability, I was just noticing the way they sit on your neck. they don't fall off. When you're leaning over, digging in the ground, or you're wrestling with a piece of equipment, they pretty much stay. They stay put. So that's really nice, because you're not all of a sudden have your, you know, your neck piece hanging by your earbuds or anything like that. They stay put. So that's really nice, because it's really frustrating when you're trying to work and you're also battling your equipment.
Yeah.
So I do like that also.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I went for an over the neck rather than not just one of the ones that hangs down. So I wanted something that would stay put, and I didn't want a bunch of weight hanging off the earbuds or anything. And they seem to have really good function as far as staying put while I'm working. So we forgot to mention one fault with these, and that's if you're sharing them, which I'd forgotten about, and then I went to pair to them, and it started playing her audiobook on my phone. So
because my audiobook was already playing, and when he turned that on, it jumped over and started playing on his. So
we haven't paired to both of our phones to this one device. Sometimes it pairs to the wrong one, and it kind of becomes a weirdness. Also, if I pair to mine and there's her devices within range, it'll sit there and bing at me and try to connect to hers as well. So this is not a sharing.
It's not great for sharing, but at the same time,
it's doable. One of you just has to turn off of
just go in and turn it off. If it automatically connects, just go in and turn it off. So they're not great in that aspect for if you're sharing them back and forth, but
since we're going to be getting another one, then they'll have a separate channel and it won't be an issue.
Yeah.
Which is what we have on our work tunes. We have 2 sets just so we can both have a dedicated one, and that seems to work pretty well. So we'll do the same thing with these.
Yeah.
Overall, I'll give them 2 thumbs up.
I'll give them 2 thumbs up too.
On a scale 1 to 5, I'd give them 4.5.
Yeah, I would probably give them a 4.5, just because of the finger controls. But as I said, that's not a huge issue for me. It's not a deterrent. So.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna invest in another pair, and you'll probably see us wearing them a bunch. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.